Good morning. Running a little bit late. I do apologize. It is Friday, August 18th. That makes it 90 days out from November 16th. On the slate today, we've got Profit Share, and then we've got a chance for you to hang out with your brokers at 1 o'clock. Profit Share, we are doing in Portsmouth, so you can come into the training room and hang out and ask your questions. We're going to run through the Profit Share class. What we've historically done is every other month we rotate. I'll bring somebody in and have them talk about how they've built passive income through Profit Share. This month, we're just talking about Profit Share and the mechanics of it, so you understand why we use all partners, why we use the word partners all the time. The all partners meeting. It's not a sales meeting. It's a meeting for all the partners. And everybody at the company, everybody at the greater company, Keller Williams Realty International, has an opportunity to be in partnership with ownership. I'm intrigued. But no, they're hanging up now. That was weird. Just a little phone call coming in from somewhere. Anyway, you have a chance to be in partnership with ownership. I want to talk about Profit Share and what that means. So please, if you haven't leaned into the opportunity of passive income, join me for that. That is at 11 o'clock in Portsmouth. We'll be in the training room, and we'll toss that up on Zoom too. So it's going to be, I believe if you click the link, we're going to Keller TV for that. So live in Portsmouth, or on Keller TV. It's hybrid. That is Profit Share at 11. Back to Basics with your brokers is on Keller TV at 1 o'clock. Just a chance to jump in the room, ask questions of JV and Jason, and find out, what your pressing questions are. You can hang out. You can hear them talk to other concerns. It's almost like an additional mini mastermind in and around contracts. So above and beyond contracts class on Mondays and Fridays. Back to Basics at 1. And meet the brokers at 1 on Mondays, Back to Basics on Fridays. So that's it for today. 11 o'clock Profit Share, 1 o'clock Back to Basics with the brokers. I do want to talk about, and make sure you guys understand, we have done a digital format with the major national events as of late. We're doing it a little bit differently for Mega Camp. So I'm going to make this loud and clear. I'm actually going to go back in and make sure the title of this says... don't buy your digital ticket. I might not say that, but I don't want you to buy your digital ticket. I'm going to speak very frankly right now. I think that the price of the digital ticket going to $199 doesn't serve anybody, and that's where it is right now. So in an effort to make sure you guys have an opportunity to, and I know a lot of people got in when it was maybe $99 or $129, $149. It is $199 right now. And I would rather have you come and be in the Market Center in Portsmouth or the Business Center in Meredith, and you get to hang out. We are working on breakfast and lunch for both days, and we're going to gamify it, and I'll explain that in just a minute. So we're talking about Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. You've seen in the morning news, which I'm looking at right now. If you scroll down, Zoe's got all the links in there. You can look, if you go to megacamp.kw.com, you can click agenda. Don't forget, when you're looking on the website at the Mega Camp information for the agenda, they've got everything listed in Central Time. Austin is Central Time. So you're going to want to move your hours around. Zoe will have everything in our menu, and everything you're going to see locally is going to be listed, obviously, in our time. So that being said, Tuesday, which is going to run till 5 in Texas, runs till 6 here. So they are long days, but here's the promise I'll make you. It'll be well worth your while. And whether you want to do this or not, be in the room and be with your fellow agents and have a chance to listen to Gary, interview the best of the best from around the country. So the opportunity is Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Mega Camp main stage is going to be in Portsmouth in the training room, in Meredith in the training room. In the training room on those days, you're going to have an opportunity to grab sheets. There are sheets that came with a digital ticket that ask you to write down the panelists' names, your thoughts about the panel, your ahas around the panel, and then action items around the panel. We're going to ask that if you want to join us for 2 full days, so there's the morning session and the afternoon session on Tuesday, the morning mega session, so there's 3 mega sessions, morning and afternoon Tuesday, morning Wednesday, and then after the break, after lunch on Wednesday, Mo Anderson, our chairman, our queen of culture for Keller Williams Realty International, is going to offer her morning inspiration. They call it the inspirational brunch. It's been called a million different things. She's going to bring up people and tell stories of contribution and caring and charity and maybe some Red Day stories. They typically probably tell those more often than not at family. There might be some of those peppered in. but she's going to talk about how market centers and Keller Williams individuals around the country, around the globe, have served their fellow man at a higher level. Those stories are awesome, and I'm going to consider that one of the panels. What I want you to do, should you choose to, on Tuesday and Wednesday, hang out in either location. You need to be in Portsmouth or in Meredith for this. You're filling out your hit sheets. Every panel, I'm filling out panelist names, the name of the panel, my thoughts and notes around what was said on the panel, my ahas and my action items. We'll have these sheets for you in Portsmouth and Meredith. When the end of the 2 days comes up, I think because you would want your notes, I'm going to have you make copies and make sure you give a copy of your entire packet to people on board up in Meredith and people on board here in Portsmouth. So I'm pretty sure Alana Babineau is going to be the head honcho driving the conversation and keeping everybody connected and masterminding here in Portsmouth. You're going to have Jason Westcott and Melissa Burke up in Meredith. So you're handing in your packet, whoever has the most robust packet with great notes. And I don't know how many panels there's going to be. There's going to be a bunch. But if we can look and see that you took notes and wrote down ahas and action items for every single panel and you were in the room for all of the sessions, you have a chance to win your conference ticket for February for family reunion for Anaheim. And above and beyond that, there's going to be breakfast and lunch in both locations, both days. So you can pull in and spend 2 full days. We are going to feed you with knowledge and sustenance and ham sandwiches. I don't know what lunch is going to be. And a chance to hang out. If you were in Portsmouth and Meredith now, we've moved our all partners meetings back into the Market Center and the Business Center up in Meredith. And if you were here on Wednesday and felt the energy in that room, we want that to be the same way on Tuesday and Wednesday in both Meredith and Portsmouth. So please join us for that. There's a chance to win your ticket for Anaheim for family reunion, and that is in February. And I can't stress enough, and I've said this a lot, and I think this is going to be a very similar experience if you're willing to get yourself to Portsmouth or Meredith for Tuesday and Wednesday. If you go the entirety of your career at Keller Williams and you never lean into Mega Camp or family reunion this fall, for the entire company, all of Keller Williams is going to descend upon Boston for Fall Masterminds. Another great opportunity. If you never make it to one of these larger events, you're sort of selling yourself short. And I don't say that with judgment. And I say that with, so fortunate, very fortunate the entire time I've been here. And our boys are older now, but they were very short when I started. So my wife was always very willing to let me, obviously, Janina's a smart woman. She's like, yes, get on the plane, go away. My wife was always very willing to let me jump on the plane and go to Mega, go to family, go to all these events, go to all the KW stuff that I can possibly get my hands on. And it's been a game changer for me, obviously. When I was here as an agent, I got here in July of 2010, and the very next thing that happened was Mega. And I went to my first Mega, then I went to family, and so forth and so on. So I've lost count. I'm closing in on, not digitally though, because we've had a couple of digital Megas because of COVID, but this is probably my 10th or 11th Mega Camp coming up next week. Headed to Texas for that. It's a phenomenal opportunity to understand the energy level, the head count, and it's only going to be a fraction of us in Texas. Mega Camp historically runs at about anywhere between 8,000 and 12,000 people at Mega. And I think, probably wrong, but I think the reason that's the case is it's always in Austin. Mega Camp is always in Austin. And Austin in August, there were a few years it was in September, not much of a difference, but Austin in August is very warm. And I think just in the back of people's minds, they're like, well, I can go to Austin. I'm going to go to headquarters for maybe some other event, maybe FSO, maybe there's something else, maybe there's a Gary Mastermind. You might have an ability to go to Austin for a myriad of other reasons, because obviously that's where headquarters is. So people don't go to Mega as much as they go to family, because family moves around. It was Orlando last year. It's going to be Anaheim this coming winter in February. So people are more inclined to go to family because they're going to bring their family with them. and do Disney before or after the conference, or they're just going to do, with some fellow realtors, they're going to extend their stay on the front or the back side and do a mini vacation around the destination that we're in. The last in-person family reunion we had before COVID was in Dallas, and we were just shy of 20,000 agents, 20,000 Keller personnel were in Dallas in 2020, which was pretty incredible. So just to be in a room with a bunch of people that are like-minded and like-hearted, right? And you hear me and Zoe say that all the time, like-minded and like-hearted. Like-minded is we all share a North Star. We all know where we want to get. Like-hearted is we are willing to do it in the same ways. Our standards and our values are in alignment. And to be in the room with people that are willing to book their flights, not cheap right now. Get their conference ticket, also not cheap. Conference ticket right now is $699, right? Your hotel, all that kind of stuff. And as an independent contractor, that's all on you. So when you're investing in yourself in that regard, that's also super cool. So another thing to remember too is when you do go to these mega camps, family reunion, we will give you the benefit in the following year of reducing your cap by $1,000 too. So there's a lot of cool things that go on when you attend these events because we know you're investing in yourself, so we appreciate that. So I can't stress enough, next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to send out an email. We're going to thank our sponsors that are doing the breakfast and lunch. We are going to have food for you in both locations, both days, both in Meredith and Portsmouth. Meredith and Portsmouth, Tuesday and Wednesday. Gary and the mega agent panels will be up on the big screen. So come in, hang out with your fellow agents. And if you want to just come in and hang out and grab a bagel and a coffee, then a sandwich, and just watch, and you don't have any desire to take, you're going to take notes, but I'm not trying to guilt people into taking perfect notes. If you're not worried about the conference ticket and family reunion, and you don't want to sit there and be locked and loaded, and you can only make it to some of it, I appreciate that. We just wanted to gamify it for some of you, and we want to make sure you guys know the doors are open, and we want to provide it to everyone for free. So if you can get to Meredith or Portsmouth next Tuesday and Wednesday, and you want to do Tuesday in Portsmouth and Wednesday in Meredith, we don't have an issue with that. Not at all. However you can make this work for you. We just want to make sure you get your chance to get your eyes and your ears on the content, on the conversations Gary's going to be having with some of the best agents on the planet. You're going to hear some amazing stories, and what's going to blow you away is the stories they're going to tell, the activities they're undertaking, the schedules they're keeping, the mindset they have, and the lives they're changing are very similar to what you're capable of doing here. I know there's going to be a moment where we're going to be sitting there, and I'm going to hear one of our agents say, yeah, that's really cool, but that'll never work in New Hampshire. We could never do that in Vermont. That wouldn't work in Maine. That would never fly in Massachusetts. And said with love, we don't get to say that when we've never tried it. And let alone never tried it, you haven't done it consistently, right? I always use the example of when somebody eats a taco, bites a piece of pizza, and they're like, this is the best pizza in the world. You can't say that. Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say you probably haven't had all the pizza in the world. So you can't make a blanket statement like that. So for you to hear somebody talking about their one thing, the thing that they're doing that is driving their business the most, so much so that they were invited by Gary to tell the rest of you. Gary's not just having people up there. Gary's bringing conversations. Gary and his team interview agents for months before we get to this point, so they can find the best of the best. They heard a whole bunch of great stories over the last 6 months because they start the interview process for Mega as soon as we finished in Orlando. Gary starts searching for the stories that he wants to bring to the rest of the company next week. And these people are vetted. When Gary hears a great story, before he even gets them on the phone, or if they happen to fly in or he flies out to meet them or whatever, more often than not for the convenience of it, I'm sure he's talking to them on Zoom. When Gary is about to interview somebody to see if they're good enough for the main stage, if he wants to share their story, he scrapes all of it. Send me your profit and loss. Send me your numbers. Send me your data. Because he wants to make sure the stories he's putting in front of you are vetted, are true, are foundational, are system and model based. So everyone you're going to hear from, Gary has been in their sock drawer. He's investigated all of the data. And he's bringing you people that are systems and model based. They're foundationally sound. And the things that they're doing are not going to be anything that you haven't heard of. It just may be some stuff you've shied away from. So for an experience like this, please join us in Portsmouth. Please join us in Meredith next Tuesday and Wednesday. Details will be coming later on today with more intel. It's going to be baked right into the morning news for you on Tuesday and Wednesday. So you can join us there. If you are going to grab your digital ticket, there's still time to do that. It's online at megacamp.kw.com. If you're joining us, I know we have a group of agents that are heading out to Texas for the event. We look forward to seeing you out there. It's going to be a great time. Yes, it's hot. We'll be okay. As my wife always reminds me, we go from the airport to Aluber to our hotel. There's a little catwalk. The hotel we stay at is the Fairmont next to the convention center. There's a 30-foot open air catwalk. That's the entirety of the time that we're in the hot air. Maybe running to dinner, but if we're going really far across town, we're jumping into Aluber because it's and when people say it's a dry heat, that's like the dumbest thing. If you're ever preheating your oven to throw French fries or cupcakes in, stick your head in that oven. That is also a dry heat. Also not delicious, right? So dry heat, humid, whatever the case may be, it is unbearable. Jay Papazan said to us when we were visiting once, he's like, listen, he goes, we treat summer down here the way you guys treat winter. Like, unless you're going out tobogganing or skiing or whatever the case may be. There's not a lot of outdoor activity during the summer in Austin. So, yes, it's warm. It's absolutely worth the trip. If you've never been to Austin, phenomenal city, great music, great food, and beyond a shadow of a doubt, Gary's going to be there talking to the best of the best. And we want you to join us in some format. So if you're jumping on a plane, awesome. We'll see you there. If you're going to be doing your digital ticket from home with your cat, awesome. Enjoy the content. And if you're going to join us in Portsmouth or Meredith, I'm going to ask you to block off those 2 days, be in the room the whole time, fill out those hit sheets, hand in your packet, and you get a chance to win your way to Anaheim for family reunion. We have a conference ticket we're giving away. I trust we'll have all the details. I believe by this time next week, Friday morning next week, I'll be announcing our winner. So we just wanted to make it a little more fun for you guys, create some healthy competition, and make sure that you guys are going to be, really listening when Gary's talking. A piece of that as your coach was, if people are taking notes, if people are listening, they're not just in the room near the conversation, they're listening. So I'm asking you, when you do come, silence your phones. If you're going to be in Texas, silence your phones. If you're going to be in Portsmouth or Meredith, silence your phones. And let's make it a great, focused conversation for everyone that's going to be in the room. And take those great notes. When we're taking great notes, you guys hear me say all the time, ask great questions, take great notes, have honest conversations. When you're taking notes, you are teaching yourself, again, what you're hearing. And it's causing you to listen harder. And that's really the crux of our job as real estate agents. The reason scripting is so important. And I swear to God, I'm going to throat punch somebody this week in Texas, because if I hear one more person tell me that we got to change that to conversations, negotiations. No, it's scripting. The stuff on the paper is a script. Everybody needs to grow up. And when you're using scripts as a framework for your conversations during your negotiations, they're all mutually exclusive, by the way. When I am well scripted, I'm not concerned about the words coming out of my mouth next. And by proxy, I'm listening at a higher level, so I'm not missing a trick. And that's the benefit of us scripting. So we have the words that are the framework of our conversations that we utilize during negotiations. So I'm going to ask you to sit quietly and listen to Gary, ask questions. Listen to how Gary pulls greatness out of people next week. Watch how Gary listens. And yes, he's pre-interviewed these people. He's talked to them before. This isn't his first time talking to them, but he's also, there'll be no paper in front of him. He's not working from a script. He's not working from a list of questions. Watch how he naturally stair steps through their stories to pull the greatness out of them. There's something to learn there. If you've never seen Gary talk to a mega agent, if you've never seen Gary in the wild, next week you're going to watch the founder of our company do what he does best. He exposes greatness out of his agents, and he's going to share it with you. So I'm telling you, if you've got nothing to do Tuesday and Wednesday, you do now. Be in the room, take great notes, have a chance to win your ticket to Anaheim for family reunion in February. I appreciate you guys playing with us every day. You guys could be anywhere, right? Anywhere. You could be at an underwhelming brokerage right now with a coach not talking to you about Mega Camp next week, with a closing not this afternoon, with a conversation about profit share not at 11, with your brokers available not at 1. I appreciate you could be at any brokerage on the planet. And some of them are super busy making a ton of promises. I'll promise you this. We are always going to give you a list of truths. We're always going to give you opportunities to grow. We're always going to offer opportunities for you guys to be learning, stretching yourself, lifting your lid, creating the opportunity for you to walk into a room and be the thermostat, not the thermometer. We set the temperature. We don't adjust to it. So I'm grateful that you're here. I trust you're grateful that you're here. Ask yourself, what are you going to do today to lift your lid? How will you ask better questions of the people in your life to uncover their greatness, to help them work through their circumstances, to find out how you can help them buy, sell, or invest? And above and beyond that, it's not all about the sale. It's service first, sales second, head down, heart up. So are you checking on your people? Are you asking how they're doing? Are you asking what they need? Food insecurity, fuel insecurity, it's all very real. We just watched Michael Whitney, your home team, Sue Doyle, the whole crew do a phenomenal job with the backpack drive. 14 years. And why did that start? Because our agents just decided, what can we do locally, right? That wasn't a directive. That wasn't an initiative. That was just agents being their best. You're in the right place. We appreciate that you choose to play with us every day. If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. If you're looking for help with your marketing, it is KWCLMmarketing.com. If you want to book with Alana Babineau, it's timewithbabs, B-A-B-S, timewithbabs.com. If you need help with your transactions, because you, write this down as the French term, suck at your paperwork, reach out to Jason Houle at Fulcrum, Fulcrum, fulcrumts.com, Fulcrum TS, transactional services, fulcrumts.com. And if I can help, and I'm going to change that, when I can help, not if I can help. I'm here to help you. When I can help you, reach out to me, meetwithcoach.com or 603-834-2856. We'll see you in and around the Market Center. I will be in Texas next week. You'll be in the great hands of the rest of the Rockstar staff here for KWikStart, and I'm looking forward to seeing who leans in and takes great notes and takes advantage of the opportunity here in Portsmouth and in Meredith to be part of Mega Camp for free.